Yo, what up? What up, guys? 7:04 in the morning. We're about to go get our workout in because we both work at 9 today, so we both just figured we'd get it out of the way nice and early. We posted a back workout last night, but I sprained my wrist in my sleep the prior night, so 2 nights ago. Yeah, it's fucking retarded, I know. Super annoying. I think I just rolled onto it weird or something like that, but when you have a chronic injury, it's something you just kind of have to learn to deal with. I literally have to sleep in positions where I'm not gonna fuck with my wrist at all, just because I know that can happen. So that sucks, but probably just gonna try to give it another rest day or two. So I think what I'm gonna do is hit some light cardio, just because we haven't in a while, because we've been bulking. A little good for the heart. Light cardio, heavy abs, and then some calves probably, and focus a bit more on posing today, and really just trying to get that mind-muscle connection down and keep my waist tight. Norris, you know what you're going to do yet today? Norris is undecided. Might be joining me, might be doing his own thing. We will see. But keep you guys posted. We're about to head to the gym. It's gloomy ass weather. Has been straight depressing the past few days. And now it's super chilly.
Way too cold. Way too cold.
You look like a penguin.
I am a penguin.
Waddle, bro. It's your Halloween costume. For those who don't know, for Halloween, Christian wore a penguin onesie, and I wore a gorilla onesie one night.
Squad.
Onesie gang, represent. Onesies are just the best thing you can do on Halloween, because you're comfy as fuck, because you're just in a onesie, of course. But it's socially acceptable to wear a onesie because it's Halloween. So.
It's always acceptable.
Oh, Pentacrest. Oh. Flex those traps, boy. Triceratops out here. I think that's the dinosaur with the big ass trap. Might be wrong about that. Honestly, I don't remember very well. But we out here. Say hi, dog.
You're terrible at that, man.
He's just all about the straight. That's our other roommate, Ryan. It's all about the straight cheese with dog. Oh, I'm gonna try to get everyone in here.
I can scoot up.
Yeah, I'll just fucking move the chair. What up, guys? So yeah, we went and hit that fucking ab and auxiliary day this morning. That was what we ended up deciding to do. Dog's just gonna bump into the table here.
Hoodie mellow mode, got some sweat on.
Oh. Yeah, we haven't done cardio. We were gonna try to do a little bit of fasted cardio because the workout was fasted for us, but we actually haven't done cardio since we started bulking, a little bit over a month ago.
Yeah, I'll probably get back into it, just doing a few days a week, low time, just to keep our lungs and heart healthy.
Yeah.
It's just good to keep it up, especially when you're planning on going back on a cut or whatever your goals may be, where you're going to increase your cardio. You don't want to just jump back into it, obviously. So if you start doing a little bit by a little bit, it's easier to transition.
Some studies have shown too that it actually can be helpful with muscle growth after, but a lot of the studies are kind of skewed, and you kind of have to analyze which ones are more accurate. The ones that have really shown that it actually helps are more with high intensity interval training, which is kind of sorry, which is supposed to help boost your testosterone levels in the first place if you're a guy, and it's also supposed to help spike your metabolism, so probably your insulin sensitivity and a lot of other things that might be able to help you actually grow your muscles. But regardless, yeah, no, we decided to do that because like I said before, I sprained my wrist like a fucking mort when I was they probably don't know what that word means.
It's
it's hard to describe.
Idiot, I guess.
It's a word from my hometown that kind of came to Iowa that we use now. So yeah, it's not a good thing. And I did that. I rolled over in my sleep, and I must have sprained it somehow. Again, it's kind of a chronic injury for me. But we decided instead of not going to the gym at all, we would at least go and get in some kind of training, some kind of pump. Because if we don't do that throughout the day, you just feel fucking whack. You can't get rid of the energy that you have.
That's what we're gonna get into, is talking more about just how that kind of developed for us and how we lift for enjoyment. We work out for enjoyment. It doesn't even have to be lifting weights, but just exercise in general. And it kind of becomes a thing for people, I think, where they do it because they hate themselves in some sort of way, especially body image type. But it really is something that's just should be more than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up stuff going around in the world, especially for I don't even want to say especially for girls. Girls get the limelight for it, but it happens with guys a lot too, and I think you can kind of see that with suicide rates in men being extremely high, because guys are kind of taught not to talk about, you know, how they feel and shit like that. And I'm not saying that guys should start being pussies, but, you know, you've kind of been taught by society a lot of different times that, like, this is what a person should look like, this is how you should be, you know, skinny waist, you should have that V, you should have big arms or whatever. And obviously we're coming from more of like a Greg Play, like bodybuilding standpoint, because that's kind of how we came up. But
and it's okay to want those things.
Exactly.
Like, you shouldn't feel pressured into it is the point. And like, you know, you should be doing things because, you know, you want to, not because you're afraid of what somebody else thinks.
Yeah, you shouldn't do something because someone else is like, oh, like, you should do this, like, you'd look better this way, like, you look better this way. Like, who the fuck cares what other people think? Like, you literally gotta just do what...
And then it's just going past the body image of exercise and lifting in general. It's just like, there's so much more to it, just healthy-wise, and just the way you feel, the amount of energy you have. It helps with, you know, so many other factors of your life, whether it's your job or whether it's something else you're studying, and just feeling good and, you know, having energy is, like, one of the most important things, especially in the grind of, you know, the adult life, where, you know, you've got so many things to worry about all the time. If you feel good, you're gonna have a way easier time doing them. And, you know, the biggest thing is I don't have time to lift, I don't have time for this, you know. But if you learn to enjoy it, you can always make time for it. And that's really whether you enjoy it or not, you always can. But it should be something that just the benefits outweigh the negatives, really. And there's not really many negatives.
There's a big thing to it, to me, too. It's like, you get one life, whatever you believe, whether you believe that you are your brain, you are your soul, like, whatever it is, you get one body throughout your life. This is like your vessel that carries you no matter what. So you may as well treat it as well as you possibly can. You know, you don't have to want to look the best, you don't have to want to do this or that, but like you said, just on a general, fucking dog, in a general health basis, you would probably want to be as healthy as possible, and you probably want your vessel, your body, to be able to carry you and do as much as it possibly can while functioning at an optimum level, which is part of why we love going in and training so much. It's just being able to push ourselves and know that we feel that good and that we feel this different because of what we're doing compared to what we were doing before. Like, before we started working out so consistently, and before I was even training back when I was younger, I would definitely feel way worse. And now if I go a few days without working out, or if I fuck up on our diet, I feel so much worse.
Well, and it's easy for people to look at us and be like, okay, well, you guys are bodybuilders, you guys, you know, look good a good portion of the time. And yeah, that's part of what comes with it. Bodybuilding is so much more. It's a sport. It's just like a passion. It's the grind that, like, we enjoy, of like how difficult it is. And that's why we respect the hell out of our friends that, you know, lift just as much as we do, but they do it for strength or for whatever their goals are. And that's cool as hell, because whatever your goals are, like, we have friends that can just lift absurd amounts of weight, and they just want to be the strongest person in the gym, and that's so cool. Like,
it's awesome when they don't, like, look like they could either, but then you see them in the gym, they're squatting like 600 pounds, and you're like, all right, well, fuck.
And we go in, and even if we feel like, if we're like the biggest people, like, visually in the gym, like, we know we're not the strongest always, and like, that's totally cool. Like, everybody has their style.
Yeah.
Everybody finds their, you know, thing they like. I mean, it's even, you know,
dude, to some people it's not even going to the gym. Some people just love doing yoga, and that's fucking sick. Whatever you can do to, like, balance your body out and help you feel that way, to, like, develop your health. Regardless, though, it's just important to make sure that you do what you do because you want to do it, and because it's coming from a place of, like, positivity and love, which, gay as it may sound, compared to a place of negativity and hate for yourself. Like, people who are, just to make an example, the people who are obese and they go in, they're like, oh, I'm gonna run or I'm gonna work out because I'm fat and I hate how I look. Whereas you're like, you could also look at that the same way, and you could be like, I'm gonna go in and work out because I love myself and I want to make myself better. I want to be healthy so I can live longer. You know, it's just you're way more likely to go off of that.
And we get that not everybody's gonna have the same passion as, like, we do
so.
for, like, working out or lifting weights or whatnot. But it's just the reasoning should just be, you know, it should be for yourself rather than, you should recognize if you really feel that way, you know, about being too obese or just being unhealthy or any way, it should be like you want to make the change, not, you know, because somebody said something or because you know, you should be able to, like, so that just makes the whole process 10 times easier, especially if you're struggling with something like that. Because if you're like, I'm doing this for me, like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna kill it, like, that's different than, like,
dog agrees.
Like, I need to go because, you know, somebody, you know,
I hate when I hear people do that. I hate when I hear people be like, oh, I need to go to the gym today because I'm fat.
Yeah. Well, I get it, but, like,
I know, but it's like, bro,
it's the people that aren't actually fat and say that. That's, like, it's stupid.
And it's like, dude, like, get to go to the gym. Like, go to the gym. I mean, even when we're super hungover, which happens more often than it should on weekends, we still go to the gym. And, like, it sucks. Like, I remember one time we went and we were bench pressing, and I've never had a worse headache in my life than when I dropped the weight on my chest and pushed it back up. But, like...
We're extremes, but, like...
But it's like a gift that you get to do it. So to us, it's just enjoyment. Even if you feel like shit and you hurt like that, like... To be able to do that every day is just something that's really powerful, I guess. So it's the way that we look at it is why we do it. So, I don't know. What's that quote?
I don't know.